I'm pretty sure he's going to lose if it happens. The odds are not in his favor. But I believe if he managed maybe to survive, it could be like a win for him, because after he's going to start talking, he's like, hey, I've stepped into your game, why don't you step into mine right now? So I think it could be a good, it depends what is not only the result of how it's done, you know? So it all depends how the things play.
Everything. That's it. I hold no regrets. You know, if I'd done it again, what I would do differently is I'd have pressure fighters coming at me. Okay. In the camp, we had fighters in the Philly shell, similar to the style that he always fights, or fighters against the ropes, but never fighters. Well, we did have fighters coming forward, like with that style, the way he eventually went, but that was only in the early rounds. Early rounds, I'm eating guys alive there. It's when I get tired, that's when I need to bring in that fresh body who's going to sit on my chest and let shots fly. And if I'd done that alone would have made that the easiest fight of my life. Because make no mistake, Carl, up until like round 5, that was the easiest fight in my life. I could see everything he was throwing. I was cracking him easily. It was only when I started fading and he started leaning on me and started coming forward in that Mexican style that I started to fade. And that's it, so. That's what I would do differently. I'd have people come pressure me when I'm tired instead of early. So.
Well, you're always pushing the boundaries with the training and the techniques that you're using. You're at the UFC High Performance Center. You know, we saw you sort of running underwater on treadmills, doing all this crazy stuff. Is there anything from this training camp that you can take into your UFC training camps now, sort of new skills that you learn?
I built an incredible engine. Make no mistake about that. Although 30 minutes is, I went 25 minutes, I got into the best shape of my life. So I'm just going to keep going with it, And then also know that, like in this camp, it was like round 1 to 8 was the fight. And then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 was my friends, more people I'm comfortable with, just to get to the 12th round. Because I had to get to the 12th round in sparring comfortably and safely. And if I'd done it too early, I could have picked up an injury, lost out on the fight, lost out on the whole event, and hampered everything. So that was the goal. This time, I'd probably switch it around. I'd have round 1 to 8 heavy, real competitive, and then I just have a heavier opponent on me, putting the pressure for the last 4 rounds, and I just have to survive in there. And I honestly, truly feel if I'd have done that, I would have been laughing in that fight. But look, you live and learn. That's what we say. You don't lose. You either win or you learn.
Yeah, and that saying has taken you well through your career so far. We have some water, please.
Look. Nah, vodka and orange. Look that. I'm squeezed into this suit. I got this suit fitted about a couple of months ago, and I'm squeezing into it now.
Is this one of the McGregor Augusto?
Yeah, this is an August McGregor line. It looks like the tartan for the Scots. You know what I mean? I was thinking about that. That's why I rocked this one.
Look, you may have bought a suit. Mayweather's put an 8-foot glass picture of you in his new 19 million home in Beverly Hills. Are you going to reciprocate?
I don't know. It's some house. It's some house. What I noticed from it, fair play to him, it's some porch. It's a $26 million Beverly Hills mansion. But I'm thinking, that house purchase, the tax bill off this fight, the tax bill off the previous bill, and then his good investments, I could be getting a phone call anytime soon to go again, and I'd fucking love that.
There's not out the question. There looked like there was a lot of respect between the two of you after the fight, and even in the build-up, you're enjoying yourself. I mean, if you look back at it now, what was the most memorable or enjoyable part of the whole experience, from the deal getting done, to the crazy press tour, to the fight week itself, and the aftermath?
Cashing the check.
Can you tell us what you did clear in the end? There was reportedly 100 million.
Yeah, well, it's around that. We're still in the counting game. Some people are saying it's this, other people are saying it's that. You know, you get your show money, then you gather all the other information, the gate, the pay-per-view, the sponsorship revenue, the merchandise sales. It's my first time as a promoter of an event. So it's my first time kind of diving into all of these things. So I'm building a nice little team of auditors to go in and make sure that all these numbers that people are telling me are correct. So right now we're in the counting game.
I have a friend, a training partner, who's fighting on the card of ACB, and I'm coming to corner him. His name is Yukinori Akazawa, He's from mostly a judo background, and he trained also a few years in karate. And well, he's a young, very promising athlete. He's very good. He migrated to Montreal, Canada to train with us at TriStar Gym. Yeah, so we've been training with each other for a few years now, and he did an amazing. I've heard of ACB before. I saw some fight of ACB before. Yes, of course. It's a major organization, and it's growing very fast. They're all over the world. USA. They came in the United States and in England, and now they're talking about going to Japan. So my friend Yuki is very excited. So it gives him an extra.
I've already predicted this contest. I predict 4 minutes of the first round he will be KO'd.
First round? Wow.
Yes, I feel that the power matched with the precision, he will not be able to take it. So 4 minutes, first round, he will be done.
Coming off of an explosive press conference here in Torrance, California, here with Conor McGregor, and Conor, a lot of people have sat in that seat that Nate Diaz sat in today. How do you think he handled it? You've said that people have shrank when they've been put in that McGregor bubble. How did Diaz respond to it?
The same, and he kept, you know, I felt he shrank as well. You know, he maybe put it up a little bit better than many, but I still feel he shrank. He kept looking to Nick. I was almost talking to Nick more than I was talking to Nate, so, but whatever, this is nothing. The fight is March 5th, 10 days. I'm looking forward to it.
And he made a pretty strong accusation towards you.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Not even sure how serious we should take it, how serious he meant it.
Yeah, no, I don't think he did either. I mean, it's serious. It's absolutely ridiculous. The most tested fighter in 2015 I was on the roster, so I am very big against steroids. I have lambasted everyone that has been cut for steroids. Previous opponents have been cut, and I butchered them for everything they were worth for taking steroids. So, and then the fact that his two teammates took steroids and were cut. So, I pay no attention to it. It was ridiculous.
Can you describe the level of disappointment that there is not another belt sitting on the other side of that podium today?
Yeah, I mean, this is what, you know, I could see the picture, but again, a bruised foot you don't want to fight with a bruised foot, no way. So it is what it is.
What kind of injury would it take to keep Conor McGregor from a UFC fight?
You know, there are true injuries. Let's get that right. There are true injuries that can hamper you, but I don't know. I've yet to find one. You know, I've yet to find one.
Answer this question. Conor McGregor fights for the 100 and blank belt first. 45, 55, 70. Give an answer to that.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Conor McGregor fights, and that's it. That's all you need to know. That's all I need to know. The fans need to know, and that's all the UFC executives need to know. And that's why they high five each other every time. And as long as the real draw is still on the card.
Well, you call yourself Mystic Mac. You've already given a prediction, first round knockout, but you go further than predictions. You describe the exact sequences that lead to them.
Yeah.
So what is going to happen on March 5th with Nate Diaz?
He's a hit and pull fighter. He hits, pulls, and then plods as well. I just think he's too predictable in everything he does. He's in a set pattern, and he neglects other disciplines, and it's hampered them. It's hampered the Diaz brothers' progression as a martial artist. So I feel his body will be ripped to shreds. It's a soft frame. I feel the left uppercut will be a nice one. You know, the long range is an illusion. I feel my left uppercut will ping him clean.
Are you excited to test yourself against bigger guys? You know, he mentioned size over and over again at this press conference. Is that something you like to do?
This is martial arts. There is, in true warfare, weight is not an issue. So this is something I enjoy. I have fought bigger men before.
I think he's a great fighter. I think he's a very great fighter. He's a very charismatic fighter. He's the biggest seller in the sport of all time. He's the biggest draw. But I think now he's going to fight Floyd Mayweather, I've heard, in boxing. I think it will happen. I know Floyd will never fight Conor in a mixed martial art fight, but Conor could fight Floyd in a boxing match. I don't think he's gonna win. I do not think he's gonna win at all, but I think he wants to do it.